Welcome back, everyone, to the Brilliant News Crew. I'm your host here, as always, Alexis, and I am joined here by Peter Martinez,
Hello.
as usual. And we're also joined by our executive producer and director, Julio Dominguez. Say hi. Finally on camera for the first time in forever. Yes, that is a Frozen song, and yes, that is a Kyle reference. This is another BNC Round-Up where we talk about movie news. Ready, everyone? So here is what's going on this week. We have some new Power Rangers costumes or suits. James Cameron announces 4 sequels to Avatar. Han Solo is cast in the new anthology film. Alden Ehrenreich is his name. Ben Affleck has been promoted to executive producer of Justice League Part 1. And Lupita Nyongo is rumored to be in talks for Black Panther. Let's just start quickly. Power Rangers. Those costumes. They look
like Power Rangers.
They look like Power Rangers.
Yeah.
They remind me of Iron Man, which I like.
Okay, but I think the biggest controversy for them is that, like, the females have boobs and, like, sort of heels. Well, I don't know, like, feminists, I guess, are like, why'd they get boobs, you know? Which, I mean, that's fair. The guys should get boobs too.
Is that like a real argument?
I don't care. It's Power Rangers. They look like a mixture of the old suits and an Iron Man thing, which isn't bad.
What do we think of the Avatar sequels?
So there's 4 sequels now? There's 4?
Is he gonna do all 4 back to back to back to back?
Yes.
He'll probably pull it off.
I just feel like he's such a good director. Why are you losing yourself pretty much for the rest of your life?
The thing is, if he's so good,
films.
then maybe we should be excited for this, you know? If he's so invested in this world, imagine what he can squeeze out of this that we didn't get in the first movie.
The first one was just Pocahontas in space. I mean, if he's so what?
Sorry, that's
No, go.
That's the first time I've heard anyone describe that movie in that context.
It's okay to be wrong.
Yeah,
it really is.
Pocahontas in space.
It is.
I think it's somewhat ridiculous, but you know what? It's never been done before. I mean, 4 movies back to back to back. So, I mean, I'm really curious to see how that turns out.
I'm interested to see what exactly has him so held to this
Especially
movie
considering how this movie has fallen out of, like, grace.
It's kind of gone into obscurity, especially for being, like, the biggest money-making movie of all time.
Yeah, no one ever talks about it.
It's weird. Black Panther now jumped to my #1 most anticipated film for Marvel.
Yeah.
Just because of the talent behind it. First of all, after seeing Civil War and how much they nailed the character, and then just looking at all the talent they have behind it.
Chadwick Boseman as the amazing Black Panther, Lupita Nyongo, obviously, and then we'll also have Martin Freeman. Lupita is a perfect addition, and we all know how Disney's in love with her now. She has to be in every Disney movie.
Basically.
She was in The Force Awakens, in The Jungle Book, and now she will be in Black Panther. Yeah, I mean, look at when you win an Oscar, dreams really do come true.
For some people.
Han Solo was cast. Alden Ehrenreich is his name. What do we think?
He's going to be in Black Panther?
I don't care. I like Rogue One because that's an interesting new story in a time period that we haven't... Well, a story we haven't seen with characters we don't know. So I'm like, okay, that genuinely interests me. Seeing a Han Solo film, I don't care.
What?
But
why not?
Because I don't care. That's not... Seeing him young is not what makes him interesting as a character.
Seeing how he got to who he became.
That's not the interesting part of his character.
I don't know. I know you're wrong.
Okay,
you're wrong.
I think what gets me real geared up for a Han Solo movie is the talent that's going to be working on the movie. You have Lawrence Kasdan, who wrote Empire Strikes Back, Jedi, and Force Awakens, working on the Han Solo movie, who has said that Han Solo is his favorite character. And also you have Lord and Miller, who have done Lego Movie, 22 Jump Street.
Those 2 are the only reasons I'm excited for this film. Because they take ideas that on paper look like that's so stupid it's never going to work, and they make it work. So I'm hoping they do that.
What about Alden Ehrenreich, though?
No, I actually think he looks good. I think he looks good. He looks like Han Solo. If I was to pick someone to be a young Han Solo, I would pick him.
All right, moving on. Ben Affleck was promoted as executive producer for Justice League Part 1 by DC, and this will lead into our first big discussion of the show about what is happening with the DC Universe and the whole shuffling process.
They want Ben Affleck's input in the film.
They'd be stupid not to.
Yeah, but at this point, it also is a publicity stunt because walking out of that film, their saving grace was Ben Affleck and his Batman.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, if we can throw his name everywhere we can, that'll get us more of a chance to get back in the good graces with people.
They really screwed over Zack Snyder. In this
Yeah, they
position.
really
Because
did.
I mean, if the
I'd be
movie
pissed if I was Zack Snyder.
if the movie sucks, he gets the blame. If the movie is great, Ben Affleck gets the credit.
I know, and I'm a Zack Snyder fan. I'll put that out there.
So I mean, I honestly at this point I see no real incentive for him to stay at DC. Here's just a little bit of the taste. Besides Ben Affleck, you have The Flash losing its director. You have reports of reshoots for Suicide Squad, which we touched upon earlier some time ago. And then also just this bad PR. For me, there seems to be this sense that a lot of the stuff that they had put in place before this movie came out is starting to fracture somewhat. With people leaving or people coming in or coming out and that kind of stuff.
As far as the Flash director leaving, I think Warner Brothers got scared because it's a first-time director, and they're like, we need to bring someone in more seasoned, so we're guaranteed it's a hit. The reshoots, we covered them. I think they were just action stuff.
But does that not go against what you said before, that what you appreciated about DC is that they let their own director have their vision?
It's okay to have their director have their vision if you pick the right director.
Okay.
And with Batman v Superman, I kind of feel they picked the wrong director, so I think they're re-looking at it. Because with David Ayer, I think what they really said is like, we really like what you're doing, go ahead and go keep doing what you're doing. Because they had the right director for the right film. And maybe they re-looked at Flash and said, we don't got the right director for this film, let's pick someone a little more seasoned.
Right.
Which I can understand, especially after, I think they wouldn't have done it if Batman had been a success. I think they would have kept him. But because they're like, we can't afford to have any more losses. They're like, we need a for sure thing.
You know, I think it's really based on Suicide Squad, how well it does.
Are you excited for Suicide Squad?
No.
Really?
Yeah. Really.
I would think it would.
It's like a 6 out of 10 excitement for me.
We're going to get into a discussion about superhero fatigue in the sense that we had Civil War open, and everyone, all of us here, thought it would easily make $200 million. It came in at 179 something million.
I thought it was 181.
It was readjusted down, which is not bad news.
That's really
it's
amazing.
great. I mean, when you compare Captain America 2 to Captain America 3, that's like way up in terms of revenue and box office opening. But you have to consider this: had Batman v Superman done a lot better, as if it was better as a movie and audiences reacted to it better, would perhaps this movie have had a bigger opening as many were projecting?
If Batman v Superman had been great, like really awesome, then it would have been 200 million. As far as the whole superhero fatigue, I'll be honest, I love superheroes.
The thing is, though, that both movies to an extent underperformed. Batman v Superman 166. It was like, and then Civil War 179. The next movie we have coming up is X-Men Apocalypse. Where was the hype of this movie? I have heard, like, aside from a trailer dropping here and there, and we've done trailer reactions on the X-Men trailers, I've heard almost nothing about this movie.
You know what it is? It's because Civil War came out, and everybody's busy being hyped about Civil War. Like, oh, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans. So they're busy being hyped with Civil War.
People are just off of seeing Civil War, so they're like, I want to go back to the theater. I want to go see another great superhero movie. Oh shoot, X-Men is getting great reviews. Like, yeah, let's go. It wouldn't have needed hype from months ago. Right now, if hype had started, it would have been fine. It would have made all the money.
But I can't help but think that this will be the third consecutive comic book movie in a row that disappoints.
Probably.
That underperforms opening weekend. Because Deadpool surprised everyone. It had 150.
To be fair, though, even though we're saying underperforming, like Captain America's the 5th highest opening film of all time.
These are huge movies. They're making a shitload of money, and perhaps our projections may be a bit too high to meet up with it. But reasonably so. These are big event movies. Civil War and Batman v Superman. You would think those movies would have over $200 million opening weekend. Opening weekend. Do you think it'll make $90 million like it did Days of Future Past? I feel that's going to go under.
Under 90?
I agree.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't think it'll make $90 million. I think it may be
like 60 to 70.
Yeah, right there.
I think the hype of Civil War will carry it. It will be enough to carry it.
Well, why not just go see Civil War again?
Yeah.
I would be sad if it doesn't at least get 90 million. I don't know.
Yeah, I think people are starting to get a little tired of superhero movies, which is really sad.
Because they're really getting good.
Because they're getting, yeah.
I don't think superhero fatigue is a problem as long as they keep innovating and making great films.
But I think for sure that we're going to start hearing a lot more of this withdrawals with superheroes. Especially...
I don't think so.
I'm saying if X-Men underperforms or underwhelms financially, then that's going to start creating this feeling in the air that there's a trend going on. When you compare Batman v Superman, Civil War, and if you count X-Men in there, all three were under-met their projections.
Not Deadpool. I just think the pressure is on superhero movies to be better. It's not enough to just be a superhero movie anymore. They have, and I think that's a good thing. These movies are making all the money in the world, even when they're not that good, like Batman v Superman and
Peter. I don't think there's any question that these movies are going to be on for a long time. I'm not saying that it's going to start declining. I'm just saying that you're going to start hearing talk by certain people in our industry saying that there may be a trend when they link up those three movies. Not that I personally agree that there is a decline, but they're going to make an interesting case for that.
But they said that 10 years ago. They said that 20 years ago. It's like, obviously, if the quality continues to like decline, then people will watch like, we're kind of done.
So you're suggesting we just get rid of DC?
No.
Yeah.
Because I think, like, Suicide Squad, it depends on Suicide Squad. If that's amazing. But like I'm saying, like a lot of these television shows that are obviously going to be like bad and won't last the season. Are you crying? It's okay. Don't cry. Don't cry. I'm done. I am done.
Okay, great. Now we're going to close the show with our predictions for the movie of this summer. It's got to be Civil War, right? The movie of the summer, the biggest movie of the summer, Civil War opened the summer box office.
Yeah,
it's Civil War. There's no question. I mean, Suicide Squad may be a surprise hit in terms of financial-wise. I don't think any other movie that will be as financially successful anywhere near Captain America, maybe Finding Dory, but Captain America is like, it already won.
I think it's,
I agree.
Before we leave today, we will reveal our 3 favorite MCU films, our top 3. Civil War, Winter Soldier, and Avengers.
Julio.
Iron Man 1, 2, and 3.
Are you serious?
No, it's Civil War, Avengers, and then Iron Man 1.
I would say Civil War,
great choice,
Avengers, and then I'd go Cap 1. Throw a wrench in there.
Yes, Cap 1's a really good movie that they showed
a lot of people.
Go watch Cap 1. Anyway, thank you, Julio, for being here for once. Thank you, Peter, for never going away. Thank you guys for watching. This has been BNC Round-Up, and we'll catch you here next time on the Baylor News Crew. Bye-bye.